Hello.
We're good to go.
Oh, hello.
What about you?
Here we are.
Where?
In our living room.
I know. It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
You've done a lot of work to it.
And yet you complain. We did a domestic this morning about my cleaning.
It's getting a bit hardcore, to be honest with you.
But I just feel like it's January and that's what people do in January. Whenever they're not working, like myself.
I know, it's fine though. I'm going to get you done for domestic abuse.
Very good.
Cleaning.
That's actually makes sense now. Because you could. Yeah, because I'm cleaning that. Yeah. Well placed.
Thank you. Product placement.
Yeah. Do you want to put on our wee theme tune?
Voila.
We get started.
Here we go. No, we don't. Here we go.
Yo, it's Diona and Sean, back with the podcast and we get it done, am I right? But we about to go live with the big ordeal, so yo, connect your ears to the big headphones. Brand new segment, jokes and drugs. Yeah, your one from Derry, it's hard to be illegal in Macaberry. She owns a cat, yeah, he can't catch ya, put the hole you want like bam, bam, bam. He's so funny, eggs be running, he make it smileys from County Danny. Gal, jump over your wall like a free fall, make a coffee or tea. She was on the BINTM and he was on the IGT. It's time for the podcast. It's time for the podcast. It's time for the podcast. Oh. It's time for the podcast. It's time for the podcast. It's time for the podcast. Oh.
It's Diona and Sean, back with the podcast. Let's get it on.
I wonder if whenever time passes and we have greater achievements, will you update the...
No. If I get one more greater achievement than this, I quit. I'm done.
You're done?
Finished with it all.
There isn't a hundred greater to achieve. You could do Britain's Got Talent.
The BGT. See, Susan Boyle, there's America's Got Talent was on last night, I think. And it was like the Champions version. And Susan Boyle came on, got the golden buzzer by Mel B. Apologies if you had it Sky Plus. Not that you would, because it was in America, so it wouldn't be on over here yet.
It seems to be a bit random though, because there's no sense of there's no shock factor.
I know. But there doesn't have to be.
But that's what Susan Boyle had.
Yeah.
The shock factors, because she came out and she didn't look like she was going to be, I don't know, obviously I don't know how you can look at someone and tell if they're going to be a great singer or not, but that's what everyone thought of her. And then she obviously had that voice.
Yeah. Like myself.
Mm-hmm. But it's not the same as like Big Brother. Do you remember they did All Stars? And had like Nikki Graham and... But actually when I watched that I felt really bad for your wee girl Nikki Graham, because Julia one, who is she? Was always freezing. Who is she?
Yeah, she has like mental problems, didn't she?
Yeah,
she did at the time.
She's not well. She suffered from eating disorders her whole life, and I think she's maybe bipolar. But that's besides the point. She had said on that there that she can't get a normal job. She said she got a job in an office or a call centre or something a few years ago, but she got fired because maybe it was an office that was open to the public. People could come in, do you know, to maybe sit like say like an office that people could come in, sit down and ask questions, whatever. But people were always asking for photographs and making a fuss and requesting to see her, and she got let go because she was too much of a celebrity.
Right.
So they had to let her go, but she was like, but how am I supposed to earn money? It's a wee bit shit, isn't it?
Do you know when we did Find Me the Funny for
exactly
BBC?
The same thing.
No, for BBC, it must be maybe 8 or 9 years ago now. She was in the audience of our show at the Gilded Balloon in Edinburgh.
Oh, really?
Yeah, her and what do you call him came as well. Anthony Costa from
Blue?
Yeah, or grey if you're colourblind.
Brilliant.
So they were there. But do you know, just while we're on the subject of like getting normal jobs, and I say normal as in not
so 9 to 5. When you're not working for yourself, I suppose, is not as the normal.
Do you think you could ever go back to that?
No, and I was never good at it anyway.
You know?
No, I've never had a full-time job. Ever. Like I've worked full-time hours for short periods of time, but like whenever I was a student, I always preferred to have 2 or 3 jobs. You know, rather than one full-time job. If it was a job that wasn't a passion.
Yeah. So
like whenever I was a student, I only needed I could do a part-time job anyway. So I worked did promotions, or maybe I worked in nightclubs and stuff. And then as I left uni, then I was like, we're still working in Avisa, like 3 nights a week in the door, in a nightclub. And then I was also doing drama workshops, maybe 6 or 7 hours a week.
Yeah.
You know, and then doing the odd wee like voiceover or random thing in between. So I've never had That's why I think whenever I started going with you, I was like, it's really important that we do a staff do at Christmas, because I've never once ever been on a staff do my whole life. I've never been part of the team. I've always, so I used to work for like a company where I would go into all the makeup counters, like in Debenhams and Boots and stuff, and I would go in and I would do nothing because I wasn't trained. I didn't know anything about the products that were there. I always used to say the same shite every single time. So if somebody, so like, this is something that you should know if you ever go to any makeup counters to buy something from like Debenhams, not you, but like people listening, because I doubt you're going to go and buy makeup. Messes for me. They just spin you the same shite. Like I used to tell everyone, it's packed full of vitamins A, C and E and SPF 40. Made it up. That's not true. I don't know any of those things.
That's mental.
I used to make them up. I worked in Urban Decay one time and an entire bridal party came in to get their makeup done for the wedding that day. And I was like, are you mad? You've just walked in here to Debenhams and they're all in matching like Juicy Couture sort of tracksuits. And I was doing like 3 bridesmaids, Muller, the bride and the bride, and I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just doing normal makeup. I'm not trained. I don't know how this will look in your photographs, if this will last the lunchtime, let alone the night. You know what I mean?
It's unreal. You just winged it.
Pure winged it, because these jobs were like my passion. I didn't want to do them for any long period of time, so I was just dipping in and out. It was just to pay my way. You know, it was just like working in.
But that's usually how it is, especially to see if like I don't want to give advice to people who want to be comedians where it's like quit your job, but see until
there's no safety net.
You have no safety net. That's when you put everything in the pot. Do you know what I mean? Until then, it's just like, oh, well, do you know, if I don't do this gig, or if I don't do that gig, or if I don't do well, or if I don't work on it as much as I need to, it's because I have this job. Do you know, at least I have this job, at least I have this income. It's only when you lose all that it suddenly becomes, oh shit, I have to actually make this my full-time job or make a living out of it.
It's totally true. Like, even for years, I was doing all those sorts of jobs, and I was doing a couple of them as well, so I'd never have to do anything full time, you know, like the same job every single day. I think that would have drove me mad. I think that's part of the draw to the job that I do, because it's different all the time. But I remember I was doing drama workshops. I used to do facilitation, so I would do like kids drama classes and stuff, and you would do them, you know, in different art centres, maybe just 1 or 2 hours a day, and they're decent pay. But so that was like I think that was like the transition period between doing the jobs I hated, like makeup counters and bar work. I didn't like those, and I know girls that work there and love them, and they're great at it, and that's brilliant, but I wasn't made for that. And then I had like the transition period where I was just doing drama classes and sort of doing bits of acting and bits of voiceovers as well. And then I remember that it'll be 3 years ago past going, I need to stop doing them now and just go, if I don't earn money this month, then I'll just deal with it, but I have to go full time as an actor. Do you know what I mean? And then you did the same with comedy when you stopped doing the other jobs that you had as well. I
know. It's you just have to. You have no choice, really.
And even though you
have no choice, that's when it's like, right, I have to make this matter.
But it's I think both of us always struggled with going, I'm a full time artist or performer or whatever for a long time, because you actually don't work full time hours. But what you mean is you don't do anything else for an income.
Yeah.
Because you don't work full-time hours. Like, I was listening to a podcast last week for another actress, and she was like, I know it's difficult and I feel really bad complaining that, like, oh, maybe I haven't worked in 7 months, because it's not that long, and some people haven't worked in like a year and a half sort of thing. And I was like, Jesus, 7 months sounds really long. But then again, I think it was an actor who maybe only takes on big jobs and they last 6 months, and then they you know what I mean? So like maybe 6 months off isn't that big a deal. But you have so much time off, I suppose, but so you struggle with saying I'm a full-time this, because maybe 2 weeks out of the month you don't work.
I know. I went to gig once with a guy. I went to stay with my mate in England, and I got paid and stuff, and he saw me get paid. It was like a cash in hand gig, and put it through the books and all, don't worry. And he seen me get paid in cash, and then I came over to him and I'd like put the money away in my wallet, and he came over and he was all, oh yes mate, drinks are on you tonight. And I was like, what? This, because you've seen me get this for maybe 20 minutes work.
Yeah.
He's just saying that. He's just went up and just went blah blah blah,
been
hand
handed
me
whatever,
all the cash, when it's like this is maybe the only thing I'll be getting for maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe a month. Do you know, I don't go up to your bank machine when you're at the ATM on you know, 5
Friday,
o'clock on a
yeah.
Friday and go, oh yes, lad, drinks are on you. It's
Yeah.
like that's not how it works.
I know, it's so bizarre. Because even, I never like to tell people what I would get paid for a job. Because obviously each job, I think, that we would get paid for, it seems like, oh, it's quite a lot of money to get paid for that amount of time.
Yeah.
When you're like, yeah, but I think that the payment takes into consideration your time off. You know what I mean?
Of course,
And
yeah.
if you do one job, like, you can't do a similar job for a different client, like the way it works with voiceovers or TV ads or gigs. Like if you used to do gigs for Magners,
Yeah.
but then you couldn't do work for like Bulmers.
Yeah, it's true.
Do you know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
so they have to pay you in consideration that another client cannot hire you, so you have to be almost bought out. So it seems like you get quite a lot of money for each of the jobs that we do, but then you think,
It restricts you too.
actually, so someone goes, you get a week's wages there in half an hour, and you're like, yeah, but that's my only job that week. I'll spend
Yeah.
the rest of the time trying to get work and,
And that's not
and
like
learning.
Yeah, it's not like you've opened a shop at 9 o'clock and by 9:30 you have that. This is you opened a shop and maybe for 6 months nobody's
Yeah,
come
yeah.
in, and then someone's come in and bought one thing, and you're like, oh, I'm rich, but it's
Yeah.
you're not. It's
like
just
you have to work your way up to earn
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
It's like now I'm only started in stand up this past couple of months, and I sort of struggle to go, oh, I have to do gigs for free. I do have to do gigs for free because obviously I feel like I've been in comedy for years, but I understand that, like, obviously I'm sort of getting past that now where I'm being paid for my gigs, but I sort of knew that it is, you have, no matter what it is, you have to start at the bottom. Do you know,
That's
no
it.
matter how accomplished you are in something else, you have to start at the bottom. And
Yeah.
as we're saying about, like, I was talking to two people recently, one being a comedian that we both know and another one being a writer, that they both wanted to go full time. And like I said, you need to have one of two things to go full time. You need to, at the start, you know, the initial sort of 6 months to years, you need to have plenty of money in the bank to do, because you won't get full time wages straight away after having been working, you know, just do it at the weekends for 5 years. Or be prepared to get in debt
Of course.
at the start.
When I did a thing, I did a talk about 6 months ago for the BBC in Belfast, and there was like 4 or 5 of us on a panel, and the girl who was there as well, I think she was like a director or a producer or something, and she was saying, like, if you want to get into the arts for the money, don't ever start, because that's not how it is.
No.
It goes, be prepared to get in serious debt, be prepared to go a long time with no wages.
Yeah.
It's just, this is the arts, this is what you have
'Cause
to
as
do.
arty-farty as it sounds, I think being an artist of all kinds, whether it's you're a writer, a performer, a director, or a singer or whatever, I feel like it's a compulsion.
Yeah.
You have to do it.
Yeah.
It's the only thing you should be doing, and if you don't feel like that about it, then you shouldn't do it, because you'll be very unhappy, because you don't.
Yeah.
It's very hard, you know. It's constant rejections, and it's constant, like, just not making a lot of money most of the time at the start anyway. But then the payoff is ecstasy. You know what I mean?
Of course.
You get paid in ease in most clubs. What joking? But yeah, so the payoff's worth it, but unless you're compelled to do it, then you just pure shouldn't do it.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
I know. I feel like we've been very, like, playing violins
No,
here
but
for
as
the first
well,
10
no,
minutes.
I actually think
know.
what it is just being very realistic. Because I would get people that would message me, and they maybe think that, you know, it's all fun and games, and you're like, well, it's a word to people who are disrespectful by people who work in the arts and think that it's just, we just run around, you know, playing drama games all day and
Yeah.
singing S Club 7, Reach for the Stars as our warm up. You know what I mean? That's
I know.
not what our life is.
It's funny how, too, when people think that if you have a video that's got a couple of million views, they're like, oh, you must be a
Must be
millionaire now.
minted.
And you're like, where do you think
Yeah,
this money's
there's
coming
a
from?
baby panda with 2 million views in wherever the baby pandas live.
Now he's just fucking lording it up with just trees
Yeah.
all around him.
He's
and
got bitch pandas coming handing him his cocktails, feeding him grapes.
right, will we get into a game?
Yeah.
What would you like to play first? Let's go
Um,
with the usual Google search, or do you want to go for something a bit different?
go for Google search.
Do you want to do Google search
I said
first?
that like I was drunk. Go for Google search.
So she's typing in the search on Google, but she's stopping only halfway through. And he's trying to finish her sentence for her, but he hasn't got a fucking clue.
What?
Alright, what have you got for me this week? This should be easy. But I get up the X's and the ticks. Come Come on, what are you doing?
Sorry, I got an email. So, Google search. Okay, so I've typed into the Google search toolbar, whatever.
Yeah.
Is it true that...
Right, so I have to come up with the rest of the...
Finish the sentence. Finish the top searched. Is it true that...
Is it true that Banksy is actually Neil Buchanan from Art Attack?
I would love if that was true.
Wouldn't that be brilliant?
Yeah. No.
No.
There is only 3.
There are
because
only 3.
There are only 3.
Come
Fucking
on.
grammar
You have an
police.
you have an A level in English,
Why
don't
do
you?
you keep saying I have an A level? I have a degree.
You have an A level in English, you said?
No, I don't.
That's why then.
But I level in Irish and Spanish, that's why.
If I'd have known that, I wouldn't have agreed to do this podcast with you. Is it true that Liverpool are going to win the league?
Oh, it says here no.
No, it doesn't. I'm finishing the sentence.
Yeah, I know, but you believe me for a wee second?
No, I didn't. They are going to win the league. Is it true that Emily Attack actually got her name because her parents conceived her in their loft?
Yeah.
Is that it?
No, that's not one of them.
Here, I need to do a couple of X's actually.
Oh, why?
so
3 of them. Press the play button.
one more and we have to go to the other family.
Did you not get 4?
4 wrong?
No, I think you get 4 before you have to go to the other family and Family Fortunes.
No, you get 2 and then the third one,
Yeah.
then it...
There only is 3 here, by the way. Oh, I told you that, didn't I?
Yeah.
There only are 3 here, by the way.
Well done.
One is about fate. Is it true that...
Is it true that fate
No, it doesn't have the word fate
has a
in
H
it.
on the end, but people down south don't know that? Is it fate? Faith.
No. Fate, like, is it true that everything...
Is grey for someone who's colourblind?
No.
Is it true
Think about
that
fate and the future, and maybe you're in despair going, why that happen?
is it true that your star signs are completely made up?
No, but that is definitely true.
Isn't it?
Like, whoever came up with that is pissing themselves.
yeah.
They sell it every week to the paper,
every day, I think.
every day.
And
How does it change that
magazines
much?
and everything. It's nonsense.
Nonsense. Are you
Right.
telling me if you're an Aries and you live in Ireland that your, like, future is the same as somebody who's an Aries and lives in a tribe in Africa in the forest?
I know, but what's a tribe in Africa doing reading fucking Take a Break?
Well,
Do you know what I mean?
but
The
then
doctor's office?
yeah, but their horoscope isn't determined by the fact if they read it or not. Apparently, it's just it anyway.
Right.
Right, so something that your mom might say to you if you've come home and you've went, oh, my boyfriend split up with me, or my friends are fighting with me, and your mom goes, do you know what?
Apples will grow.
Well, same thing.
Too many cooks.
Everything happens for a reason. You didn't
Well
get
done.
that, so don't take it. No.
Too late.
Another one. So something about a superfood. Do you know what a superfood is?
Yeah.
Right, so
Super noodles.
name a superfood.
Name a superfood.
That's disgusting.
The... What do you call it? The teddy bear machine upside down. No, what do you call them? The fruit that everyone...
No.
Avocados?
Oh, I don't know if it's a superfood.
What is a superfood?
I can't really tell you the definition without
Does
reading
it wear a
this.
cape?
Long green stem.
Celery.
Yeah. So is it true
That's a superfood.
that celery... What is it they say about celery? What does it do?
See in the dark.
No.
Go blind.
Burns calories.
Burns calories.
They say, do you not know that?
No.
Like they say when you eat celery, it takes more calories to digest it than it contains. So technically if you eat celery, you burn calories.
But what if it takes like 2 calories to burn it and just 1 to eat it? It's like, what's the point? So, I mean, you could fart and burn a calorie.
Yeah, but that's what they say it's a superfood for. If you eat it, then you're burning calories throughout the day.
Okay. I wonder, does farting make you burn calories? Do you know what I mean?
I mean, just that action, like that butt clench.
And the tightening of the abs.
Well, the effort you put into it, I'm sure it does.
Yeah, it's bound to.
Right, there's one last one, and this is very interesting. And it leads me on to another wee bit that I want to do wee. That's what she said.
Is it true that your brother sells fully loaded fire sticks?
No. What?
Is it true that you want shit in a bag?
That's not down here.
That's what she said. Is it true...
So if you had to watch Luther with me, like I asked you to the other night, and started watching Luther, I'm now 5 episodes in, you would maybe be able to guess this.
Is it true that Idris Elba spelled backwards is Albert Idris?
It's nothing to do with Idris Elba. Or it's nothing to do with Luther.
Right, so you
But it's
just
something
knocked
that
me off the
happened
scent then.
in Luther.
Is it true that I fell asleep watching Luther?
No. Is it true that psychopaths ...
Have 2 brains.
don't yawn?
I know what yawning is. Or are you actually yawning? Was that drama?
I was trying to get you to yawn. Do you not feel the compulsion to yawn?
You didn't yawn though? You didn't actually... Was that not a
That
fake
was
yawn?
No, it was a pretend yawn. It was a normal yawn. It was a yawn.
Was it?
Did you not need to yawn there?
No.
Right.
That's what deaf people call me.
Yawn. Sean.
I know.
So, when I was watching Luther the other night, by the way, that's it done. So, you didn't get any of them. But when I was
terrible
watching...
this week. I was a really bad one.
You're normally really... You'd be surprised. We should switch next week and you start asking me them.
I was going to say at the start of the podcast we should switch seats because the radiator's on. And I was like sort of... I was having a
I'd
great
have
time there at
enjoyed
the
that.
start of it, but it's went off now, so...
So when I was watching Luther the other night, in the first episode, Idris Elba brings in...
Oh, it's the next episode, sorry.
What?
Hey, smoke weed every day.
Is that the song?
That's the next episode.
All right.
But in the what? In the first episode?
So Idris Elba brings in Ruth Wilson's character and sits her down, and he's...
Is this any spoilers in this now?
No, it's episode 1. It's on season 5, so it's no spoiler anyway. And he yawns in the room, and she, whilst like looking in her eyes, and she doesn't yawn back, and he leaves, and he's like, she murdered them. She did it. Now, this is like in the first 15 minutes of the episode, so it's not really a spoiler. And they're all like, why? And they were like, psychopaths. She's a psychopath, and psychopaths don't yawn because when they don't catch yawning, because yawning is like contagious. But you have to have empathy to yawn. You have to feel empathetic.
No
And
way.
psychopaths don't have empathy. They don't feel emotion for anybody. They are able to completely cut off. You know, they have no sense of remorse. They can be deeply violent and not feel a thing. And they don't have human, like, proper connections. So they don't have empathy or sympathy. So when someone yawns in front of them, they don't feel that need to yawn. They don't have it. Isn't that mental?
That's bizarre, yeah.
Well,
yeah.
because that's linked with empathy. Like, if you yawn in front of a dog will also yawn back at you. Because dogs have empathy. Cats can fuck themselves. They don't. But isn't that
mental?
Isn't that so interesting?
Yeah.
So then it led me on to, there is a test that psychologists use that decides if you're a psychopath or not. And you're going to take it right now.
Is there a wee bicycle on one side and then a man on the other side? There's white line in the middle.
Is this a psychopath one?
Oh, it's a psychopath. What you saying?
Okay. So it's called the hair test, and it's the JRE.
So this is going to see whether or
This-
not I'm a psychopath.
Whether you have psychopathic tendencies. It's 12 questions, and
All
you're
right.
so I'll talk you through briefly, like what sort of. So they say that psychopaths have superficial charm and a great
Correct.
sense of self-worth. They say world leaders it's good for them to have some psychopathic tendencies. So Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton are higher on the psychopath scale than Hitler.
Wow.
I know.
Flip me.
So,
Right. I know Hitler is, but... Or well, I know Donald Trump is a psychopath, but...
but it says that sometimes it's like on this website I was looking at, the hair psychopathy checklist, they were saying like it's actually good for some world leaders to have, because you want them to be dominant and fearless, and you know what I mean, but also maybe not rapey or murdery.
Yeah, true.
You prefer
true.
that.
Right, give me this test.
Right. So you can say like not at all, definitely, or like in the middle.
Okay.
People would describe me as charming. I can turn my charm on and off like a tap. It says faucet. This is American. Not you. Definitely you. You're sort of you.
That depends. What do you think, beautiful? What is it? The middle. Let's just say the middle.
Right. It's going to be standard you the whole way along. Is it just
On
the
the
middle?
fence.
Yeah. I do what I want when I want, with the moment that the impulse strikes me, regardless of what others want.
I will stop this podcast right now.
That was me doing it.
No.
Not you.
No, not me.
If something goes wrong or turns out badly, it's not my fault. That is definitely you.
Then I blame other people?
Yeah.
All right, if you think that's
No,
me.
I want you to
Good for
answer
me.
yourself.
Yeah, it's true.
Do you think that's true? You blame
No.
other people?
No.
Neither do I, but you were very impressionable there.
No. The answer's no.
So, I've gotten into legal or criminal trouble as an adult.
Here we go. To the place. Go.
Whoop, whoop. Have you? As an adult, have you been in criminal trouble?
No. Never in my life. Have I been arrested? Have I been questioned? Have I been
Yeah, because you're good at getting away with it.
interviewed? You don't know that.
You're easily the best at what you do, bar none. Nobody could take your place.
No.
You think people could take your place?
Yeah.
Somebody else could raise your kids for you?
No, it's not about being a father. It's about being a psychopath here.
Hey, but it's not going, I'm easily the best at being a psycho. It's going, I'm easily the best at what I do. So you think this is not you at all? You don't think that?
I'm not the best. I feel like anybody can do what I do. It's I feel like, do you know the way there's people who have like raw talent and stuff like that? I'm talking about careers and stuff here.
Yeah.
People have like raw talent. I feel like I'm one of those people who doesn't have the talent. I just work hard.
Yeah. So, okay, next question. I do whatever I like doing and I don't care what others think, even if it's illegal.
Not true.
What about what you did to our cats this morning?
You said you wouldn't say anything about that. No, it's not true.
That is not okay. Right, every person for themselves. I don't see the point. It's like something a teenager would say. I don't see the point in feeling sorry for other people and have no desire to help anyone.
Not true. I try and help people all the
I
time.
have a feeling you're not going to be a psycho. I don't know why I'm disappointed. Like, I
know,
want
you're
you to be
tutting
a
there, like-
psycho.
Yeah.
Right, I've gotten into legal or criminal trouble as a teenager.
No, never.
Do you not
I
have
did
points?
once. No.
Says here not speeding or parking. You did once what?
I once stole a packet of biscuits, but then I felt so bad about it that I went back into the shop like the next day, paid for a packet of biscuits, and then like put them back on the shelf and spread
That
them out
is
of the shop.
amazing. That is
Yeah.
brilliant. I used to go into Super Value with my ma and stand like a syrup against the Pick a Mix and just get one chocolate white mouse and then walk on. Right. So that's what you. Right. I have no problem or concern in lying in order to get what I want.
Not me.
What about last night when you told me I was skinny when you were trying to get me into bed?
Like, I don't need to ask you to get into bed.
You mean because I
I mean
like to
sleeping.
sleep all the
Yeah,
time? Yeah,
yeah.
it didn't work for you, did it?
No.
Right. Live in the moment is what I say. The future will take care of itself. And learning from your past is pointless.
It'd be great if one of these questions was like, "Are you skepta?" And I'd be like, "That's not me."
Yeah.
Say it again.
Live in the moment. That's what I say. The future will take care of itself. And learning from your past is pointless.
No, not me.
I think
No,
think
it's
that
not.
describes you somewhat. Sean, you're quite a YOLO person.
You've just clicked some. But the second part, learning from my past. I always learn from my mistakes.
Do you? I think that's you somewhat. I think that's me somewhat as well.
Okay.
Right. I love how these are worded, like in the first person. All live for the moment. That's what I say. Right. I never feel remorse, shame, or guilt. Okay, that's not you, isn't it?
That's no. I feel guilt and shame and everything a lot of the
Say
time.
you don't there. Right.
No,
The
I
last
do.
question. I don't see the point in
Thank
taking
God.
on any responsibilities. They just
Not
weigh
me.
you down.
Not me.
See, if
So
you
if I pass this, do I have like a GCSE in non-psychotherapy or
you scored
non-psychopathy?
2, and I think
Is that good or bad?
no psychopathy.
Psychopathic.
You answered this quiz consistent with people who would not generally be considered a psychopath by research methods. Congratulations.
Thank you.
There you go. So you got that one right. Oh, I'm really delighted to know you're not a psycho. That's great news
Thank
for
you.
me because I married you and it would be so annoying if you were a psycho.
Right, so you sprang something on me, so I'm now going to spring something on you.
Here, by the way, anyone watching, and I didn't realise, I still have that photograph in the back of my phone of Jurgen
That's
Klopp.
good. That's what you want. That's good. Right, so yeah, let's just play it. Where was your jingle for that one, by the way? You didn't have a jingle for it?
That wasn't a section. It led on from...
That was a full section.
Yeah, but not a... It led
Sing a
on
jingle.
from Google.
Sing a jingle to see us out.
Are you a psycho? Let me know. Are you a psycho?
All right, well done.
Won't you let me know?
It is now time to play Can Diona Predict?
Oh, no.
Can Diona predict what Sean is thinking? Can Diona predict what Sean is thinking? I do not know. I won't you tell me so? Right. Thanks for the sound effect there at the end of that, Diona. Right, so what we're going to do here is you are going to predict what I am thinking. So I am going to put the microphone up to my head, and we're going to find out exactly what I'm thinking. So just to test us off, can you predict what I'm thinking right now before we start?
You have to put the mic to your head.
No, you have to predict, and then we'll put it to my head and see what I'm thinking.
Okay, you're thinking that I'm making stew for dinner tonight, but you'd really rather get a chippy?
That's what you're thinking.
That's what you're thinking? That's not what I'm
Okay.
thinking.
Okay, let's have a
Definitely
listen.
looking
and
forward to a stew.
Let's see. Diona's fat. Wow, I actually wasn't thinking that. I don't know why that came up, but there we go. So that's.
By the way,
obviously-
anyone listening thinking that this is constant abuse that Sean always calls me fat, Sean says the day he stops calling me fat is the day I need to worry.
Yeah, it's just jokes. Right, so first one, right, my first question. Let me see what my first question is. Right,
I
so
call him fat too. It's okay.
when I think of favourite food, what goes on in my head? What am I thinking
Sorry,
about?
what?
When I think favourite food, like what is my favourite food? What am I thinking? What do I think?
It's going to be Diona's fat again, isn't it?
No, I'm being serious.
Okay. You're thinking, oh, why the fuck did I become a vegetarian? I'd love a meat feast deep pan pizza from
So what you're thinking?
from Amigos. Yeah.
Okay, let's have a listen, shall we? Yeah? Okay, here we go. Give me some pizza. 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 Pizza.
I was right.
Give me some pizza. Pizza. Give me some pizza. Pizza. Girl, you know I want pizza. 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 Margarita. Ooh. Señorita. Ooh. S'il vous plaît. S'il vous plaît. Give me some pizza. Correct. I was thinking about pizza. There you go. When I
That
think
is-
about my favourite food, I think about pizza.
Yeah.
Lovely stuff. So next thing I want to ask you is, let me see the next one. What number am I thinking of? Right? I'm going to think of a number between 1 and 10. Tell you what I'll do. I'll close my eyes. I'll say in my head what number I'm thinking, and you put up the hands.
The amount of fingers.
Yeah, so put your microphone down. You could use one hand, you can use two hands. Between 1 and 10, how many numbers am I thinking? Or
Right.
what number am I thinking? Are you ready? Do you want to put your microphone down?
Don't need to.
Okay. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Number between 1 and 10. I'm going to close my eyes. Go. What number am I thinking of? Let me think. I am thinking of number 6.
Oh my god, I was going to go with 6. I went with 7 instead. I swear to
ya?
God, I was going to go for 6.
Unlucky. I was thinking of
Rippin'.
number 6.
Why did I change? And do you know why I knew that? The only reason I went for 7 is because people always say that's the most common number that people think of when they think of a number between 1 and 10. They always think most people think of 7. And then I
Right.
thought Sean will think of 6. Then I thought, but statistics show that Sean will think of 7.
No, I'm a psychopath.
Why did I listen to the bit?
You actually flinched
I
there a little
jumped.
bit. I know.
Also, you didn't press play on that. I had to press play on it again for you. I'm ripping. I'd have had 2 out of 3 now, which would have been mental.
Unlucky. Right. Last but not least, when I think of football, what would I be thinking about? When, like, what am I thinking about in terms of football?
Turkey, and we're never gonna stop. Won the fucking lot.
So you're thinking I'm going to think about?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see what I'm thinking about when it comes to football.
And we're in the final minute of injury time. Mo Salah's got the ball down the left-hand side here. Squares it to Mane. Mane runs forward to Firmino. Firmino at the edge of the box to Hegarty. Hegarty scored the winning goal. He scored the winning goal for Liverpool in the FA Cup final. Oh my God. And the crowd go absolutely ballistic. Hegarty has scored the winning goal for Liverpool against Manchester United. And the scenes around Wembley are absolutely phenomenal, Jeff.
Who's
There we go.
Jeff? And why is he in your head?
My name's Jeff. I was actually watching that movie last night.
Why? When?
My name's Jeff. I was joking here just when you said
All
who's
right.
Jeff. So there we go. You got 1 out of 3.
I'm so annoyed.
Unlucky.
I feel like I got 2. I feel like I did. If we had put the mic to my head, we'd have heard 6.
That's, if you're listening to the podcast, Diona put the mic to her head, and it was
Sean made a monkey noise.
no. That's what actually.
It came out of my
People
head.
heard, yeah.
Alright, okay.
Am I joking? You would hear.
Frustrated.
What is that?
It's the wee horn.
No.
What?
It's a wee monkey cycling.
Oh, okay.
A wee old bike. So there we go. We play another game.
Here, hold on. Before we go on, have you seen all the stuff about the Fiji water girl online?
Didn't
How-
click on that. I don't care. I didn't say anything about it. Didn't say. Apparently she stole the show or
She's a genius.
something. Yeah.
Like, she's in every single photograph. She was just
Wait. How is she a genius? What has she done?
So
that
she
warrants
was there as a
the term
promotion, like a promotions girl handing out water
Okay.
by the sponsored Fiji water. So she's like walking around where the red carpet is and the event the whole night handing out water.
Okay.
But as every big star arrived, she would stand behind them on the red carpet and look directly down the paparazzi cameras that were taking photographs of her. So she is now in the background of photographs with all the mass, just them, and then her about 10 feet behind them, standing holding the water, just looking directly into the camera, like fully in. So if you crop them out, it would look like she's standing there on the red carpet. So she's in all these photographs, and it became this funny thing online. This girl's a genius. She's standing behind like Jamie Lee Curtis and Richard Madden and all, like Dakota Fannin and all the big massive stars. And her online following, she's now got like a couple 100,000 followers. It just went mental. She's a model from LA, and then she's on the like Late Late Show with James Corden tonight, and
No
she's
way.
all over the place now. Like, oh, well, that was a real great way to make herself sort of quickly famous as a model. She'll probably get bookloads now.
Yeah. Or it could just be 5 minutes of fame.
No, she'll get. She's gorgeous looking, and she seems to be looking like a good model. But she just so smart. Like, you know what I mean? I think
Or
that's just
better.
brilliant.
That's good. That's good. Right. We play 2 truths, 1 lie. Another new game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's get into 2 truths, 1 lie.
Two truths, one lie. Two truths, one lie. Two truths, one lie. Two truths, one lie. Is that a song you've copied, or?
You ruined that whole thing.
But how did I know the tune?
Because it's a song.
Is it?
Yeah.
What song is it?
Big Boys Don't Cry.
No, it's not.
All right.
Is it?
Yeah. That's why I said that's what it was, and you said it's
All
not.
right, Sean. Brilliant
All right.
news for you.
So welcome back to himself.
Hello.
That's weird. I actually turned up both our mics.
I did it.
So joke's on me.
So
Right,
I'll
2 truths, 1
I'll
lie.
go first. So I'll give you
Yeah, it's
my
pretty self-explanatory, isn't it?
yeah
Two
3
of these-
statements. You decide which one's a lie. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna make 3 statements, and you tell me which one's a lie.
Are you going to elaborate on each one, or just say the
Just say a
statement?
statement. You can talk about it afterwards. You can elaborate afterwards.
Okay. Second
First
one's
one.
a lie. My turn.
Have you read my screen?
No.
Not that you would know if you read them. So one, I was debagged in the middle of a shopping centre entirely, knickers and all, on an escalator when I was a teenager.
Okay.
The first one. Second one, I had my first kiss when I was 13 years old.
Disgusting.
The third one, I was given a half day off school when my brother's
Thank
hamster
God you
died.
said half day.
I was given a half day off school by my man and dad when my brother's hamster died.
Quick recap. D-bagged.
First one, debagged, knickers and all, on an escalator as a teenager
That's
in a
true.
shopping centre.
That's true, 'cause that was me.
No.
I know, it was your friend, right? Okay.
Second one, I had my first kiss when I was 13.
Ugh.
Third one, I got a half day off school when my brother's hamster died.
I'm going to go with... I want to say number 3
Is the lie?
is the lie. But I vaguely remember you saying something to me about a hamster one time.
About it being flung under the tree.
Yeah. Let's go with hamster's a lie.
Didn't have a first kiss at 13. Had it at 11. Player! Yeah, so
Right, okay.
my man and dad, whenever the hamster did die, I got a half day off school to grieve.
That's crazy. That.
The first half of the day, I had to go on in the afternoon. But I actually think what happened is that I was offered the whole day off, but I could go on the second half of the day because my dad was going late to work
After the meal and stuff, when the family were all brought out for a meal.
after the wake or after the funeral. And I went in the afternoon to school, but I actually think I might have went in just for the attention. I think I might have went in like solemn.
Right.
dressed in black,
Yeah. One of those
Holding a-
nets over your face and
holding
stuff.
a candle, with a little framed picture of Laurel. He was called with 2 hamsters, Laurel and Hardy.
Do you know some people have heard that as the other name, not Laurel? What is
Yeah,
it? Yanni.
Yanni.
Yeah, that's weird. Let us know in the comments if you heard Yanni instead of
Laurel.
Laurel when you
It's
said
the
it.
tone, though. It's not the word.
Right, go say it. Yanni.
Laurel.
See? Nobody knows. Right, okay. So
And then the other one where I got debagged in the shopping centre did happen. A guy I know, whenever he was a couple steps behind me in the escalator, debagged me, and I was raging because I was wearing my favourite tracksuit bottoms. They were cream and they were Elise. I was about 15 at
they
the
weren't
time.
the button-down ones. You just go. Pew,
No,
pull
but
them
they
straight
did have
off.
a button on the waist so that you could debag easily. Like they just. So
Just
he
flung open.
debagged, but my knickers came down too. And obviously, you're on an
So that-
escalator. You're on an escalator, so you're higher up than everyone behind you. So I had to bend down to pull up my trousers, and I was like, all these things are seeing right up my hole.
That's crazy. Who was your mate, R. Kelly?
No, I can't tell you.
Right, here's mine, right? 2 truths, 1 lie. First one, a policeman once asked me where I was going, and I said to spray paint LFC on my mate's back wall because they'd beat United beat Liverpool the night before, and he was a United fan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Second one, when we moved into our old house, my neighbour asked me if my dad was on the brew, and I says no, he doesn't drink. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And third one, my first day of school, my teacher entered the room, and I says, "Hiya, Joanne," and she took me outside and roared the face off me for like 10 minutes.
We're calling her Joanna, not Mrs. Whatever.
Yeah.
I'm going to say the second one's a lie about the brew.
The second one is true. Actually happened. The first day we moved into our house, we went down to my neighbour's, and she's all,
Oh,
"I
not
hear your
our
dad's
house in
on the brew."
Belfast or something. Our house, you should have distinguished between your old family home and our family home. I thought you meant like whenever you and I moved in together in Belfast. Anyway,
Who would know? Why would anyone just
ask if
me
your
about my
dad's in the
dad?
brew. That's why I thought it was a lie.
Right.
Thought you just wanted to tell your wee joke.
So the first one is actually a lie because I didn't. No policeman ever asked me what I was doing. I didn't spray paint LFC on my mate's wall. So that is actually a lie.
Okay.
So there we go.
But what happened with your teacher? Why did you say, "Hey, Joanne"? What class were you in? What year?
It was first year in English. I went in and she was like my auntie's husband's relative.
Mm-hmm.
So my mum told me about her. So I hear, "Joanne's your new teacher," and I was like, "Oh, I don't know." And she was all, "It's your uncle's cousin or whatever, or sister." So I went in and I goes, "Hi, Joanne," and she like just ripped me
Get
to
you
shreds
outside.
Yeah,
Oh God, wonder how long's left.
About
On this. There's a couple of minutes.
2 minutes left.
Fair play to you. So did you
Yeah.
we both got those wrong?
Yeah, we both got it wrong. Yeah.
Right, just before we finish up the video podcast, let's do sayings and their origins, and then
Right. Okay.
we can finish up.
Right. Let's go. We're gonna have to do this super quick now.
Yeah.
Sends and origins. Can't find it.
So this is obviously our new twist on it. Like we started last week. Well, we make up our own. No, we don't. They're
Sing it.
Do you love sayings? Yeah. And the origins?
Yeah.
Do you love sayings? Yeah. And the origins? Yeah. Do you love sayings? Yeah. And the origins? Yeah. Do you love sayings? Yeah. And the origins? Yeah. Do you love sayings? Yeah. And the origins? Thank fuck for that.
We should have just not done the thing and just got on with it because the chances are we're going to get cut off.
We've
now.
got a minute
Right,
each, we'll
right,
do very
go,
quick.
go,
Mine
go,
is
go.
wind your neck in. In ancient rural Ireland, it was custom to check every newborn child for a spring in its neck. If a spring was found, which as you can imagine was very rare but not impossible, then the child was banished off to work in the caves for all their eternity or for just the rest of their life. There they would shovel shite all day long, and it was in one of the Gothic caves off the coast of Galway during a hard day's labour by one of these spring-necked babies that Wilson, the football in the very popular Tom Hanks film Castaway, was first spotted. Since then he's been spotted at Stonehenge, Niagara Falls, having a dip, and even on the moon, so that disproves all of you conspiracists out there that it did happen. Anyway, more to the point, as these spring babies, or indeed spring adults with the way that biology and time works, become more and more aggressive towards the labour they had to endure during a hard day's work in the caves, their necks would extend longer due to the spring. It was a telltale sign that somebody was becoming peeved, and so to calm them down, they'd be told by their peers to wind their neck in. This was done with a device stored in their anuses. Most of the time, telling them to wind their necks in didn't work, just like in present times when it often makes somebody even more annoyed. Always handy to store one of these devices in your own anus so that you can wind their necks down for them. I'll just get mine now. It's
Fair
just-
play to you.
and my anus.
Oh,
here.
that's
I've misplaced mine.
old folklore.
Oh yeah. It's a well-known story in Galway. It's very
Fair play to you.
popular.
Wind your neck in.
Yeah.
It's good to know where that came from.
Quickly, we'll do yours before we
Um,
finish up.
Okay, do you want to just switch the cameras and we'll just keep it rolling? Sweet. Right,
Very
sends and
popular.
origins. Mine is first come, first served. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So this dates back to 2233 AD, when the first ever bakery opened by a pregnant woman and her husband. It was called One in the Oven, and it opened in Switzerland, Denmark, right? They used to open their doors at 9 a.m. and people came from all over to get in. They weren't really used to serving people and they were unaware of the correct etiquette, so they'd open their doors at 9 a.m. and wait until everyone was in. The last person would usually come in around closing time at 5:57 or 5:58 when the shutters were half down. This caused the staff to stay on until after 11, until they went down the line, serving the last person to enter the store first, right the way back to the first person. Fascinating stuff. When they woke the last person to order, they'd actually forgotten what they went in to get, and the second last person actually ordered something that was made that morning, so when they got home it was actually blue mould and it was out of date. So from that day forward they decided to serve people as they entered the shop rather than waiting for everyone to come in, hence coming up with the saying, first come, first serve. What about that?
That's interesting.
Fascinating,
yeah.
isn't
It's
it?
actually
It's
a
good to know
really
where
brilliant concept.
Good to know where it came from.
Yeah. Denmark.
Switzerland, Denmark.
Switzerland, Denmark.
Yeah. Not good?
What's the difference between Switzerland, Denmark and Denmark?
It's spelled differently.
What?
Switzerland in Denmark.
Yeah, so it came from Denmark.
Yeah.
Which is what I said.
All right. I'll give you that one.
Oh, thanks.
I'll
That's
give
what
you
she
that
said. You haven't done any of them yet.
one. You haven't done any of them yet?
That's what she said.
I feel
There
like I
you go.
really rifled through mine, but because I thought we
know.
were running out of time, and then you just extended the time.
It's fine, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay,
It's all part of it. So we've done Two Truths, One Lie, Sins and their Origins. What
Yeah,
about
that's-
a wee topical joke of the week? Do you want one?
Yeah, if you want. If you have to.
Topical joke of the week. Topical joke of the week. Wee simple one for you this week. This is
Aren't they all?
based around New Year's resolutions. I actually have 2 New Year's resolutions this year. They are 1, spend more time with my cousin Justin Bieber, and 2, stop telling so many lies. Topical joke of the week.
That's so good.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
Topical joke of the week. All right.
I like that one.
Lovely.
Did you write that today?
No, about a week ago.
I like
About
that.
a week ago. Yeah.
Do you know what I'm looking at that photograph behind us? If you can see it in the video, show me your big noggin. It's a photograph from Paris that Sean took on his phone that we got printed on the wall, right? Not on the wall, it's in a photo frame.
Yeah.
But do you ever wonder who all those people are?
No.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Do you
there's,
ever wonder if you're ever in someone's living room, like on their wall?
That's
just
what
in
I'm
the background,
saying.
walking past?
look, there's 100 people in that photograph on our wall, and we don't know who any of them are.
Yeah. Do you think we should do we should post the picture
Try and find them.
and try and find, there's a couple
I know, right there.
here.
Are they wearing matching jumpers?
No. He's got a slogan on his and
Do you know what's bizarre?
she's carrying a Coke.
Is that some of the people dressed in this look like they're dressed from like a different century, and there's a horse and cart and all too. It looks like it could be a really old photograph. Then your man's Fitbit gives it away.
Fart
Fitbit.
Then it could have been 1999's another century, do you know what I mean?
Oh, you got me there.
Didn't it?
Oh, jeepers.
I wrote a wee Liverpool song, so I did.
Right, okay.
That I would like to share
Is
with our
something
people.
special happening with Liverpool that you're writing songs for them?
Something special has been happening with Liverpool every new season when we say it's our year, and it turns out to not be our year at all, but the following year is always our year, even though it
Right.
never is. But we're on the cusp of something very special at the minute. So I've written a little parody song
Okay.
that I would like to share with you. Right, even though we got beat by Wolves last night with our second string team,
You shouldn't be playing animals.
this is something that I will either get
Just ignore me.
called names online for, or
Still ignore
this is the next Sala
Right.
right, this could be the next one. Here we go, hope you like it.
Are you playing music?
Here we go, you ready? Alison, 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 Robertson, Robertson, feel free to sing it. Robertson, Robertson, Henderson, 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 Henderson. When y'all dum da 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 da, when y'all dum da 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 da, when y'all dum da 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 da, when y'all dum. Liverpool, Liverpool, Liverpool.
Just before we started that, our neighbours pulled up in the window right in front of us, and they're unloading their groceries, and like our blinds are turned so that they can literally look directly at us.
I know, our blinds are like at the perfect angle where they've parked their
Yeah.
car, so like they're over here. But we're
See,
just
we do work.
Speaking of work, if you'd like to donate to this podcast, ko-fi/hegpod, you're basically paying our January wages. So it's up to you if you want it next week.
Yeah.
Our podcast next week to be out by the bins.
And thanks
no
to
Wi-Fi.
everyone who has donated.
Yeah,
in the
we've
past.
got quite a few people who've donated in the past.
And
Very
there are
good.
millions.
And do you know what the best thing about it is, Diona? You can donate as little as £3. Isn't that class? So if someone was out, if someone's seen us out and they were all like, I'd love to buy those two a coffee.
Don't bother. Just
Yep.
give us the money.
18 quid, do you know what I mean? Buys us a coffee each in Starbucks.
We would rather the money.
Yeah. So do you want to do gigs before we go?
Yeah.
Alright, here we go. You got yourself a wee gig there, didn't you? Did you get a wee email about
Yeah.
a wee gig?
So I will be gigging at the Limelight Comedy Club next Thursday night, which is the 17th. I think it's the first night back after Christmas, I'm not sure. So William Thompson's MCing, Rory Woods and myself are doing support, and Shane Todd is headlining.
Sweet lineup.
Sweet lineup, yeah. That'll be a great night. So feel free to come down. If you're doing dry January, it doesn't mean you're doing boring January. You can still go out.
I know. What age are you? 26 or something?
So yes, so that's Thursday 17th next week.
Right,
I'll
February.
remind you next Wednesday.
Remind us all next Wednesday, please. Next February 13th.
Hello, Valentine's.
The night before Valentine's.
That's very far away to be telling people about it now.
I'll not tell them then.
You can if you want, but
No.
surely
We'll have to book
gig
babysitters.
your marketplace. Talk about your marketplace gig. It's the best.
In September?
Yeah, but
You
like that's
contradicted
your
yourself so
theatre
much.
show. You don't need to.
I have at least 200 fans in Bray.
Oh right, okay.
All right. Bray Comedy Festival. I'm doing a set on the 13th of February. Then the 19th of February, myself and yourself are in Galway.
Yeah, and on the 20th we're
at
in
the
Limerick.
Roisin Duff.
But
Yep.
we'll be chatting before then, guys.
Yeah, but it gives people enough time to...
Yeah, organise a wee. Also, so on the 19th of February, we're going to be in Galway, and we're going to spend the afternoon looking for spring-necked babies.
What's that?
Did you not listen to my Wind Your Neck and thing?
Oh, right. Yeah,
It's in it originated from Galway.
That's right. So that's what we'll be spending our day doing. Cheers for tuning in. We love each other so much, and we're going to be together forever. So, girls, don't be DMing me anymore, please.
Bye.
Bye.